Hey guys, it's a beautiful day in West Auckland today. Today I'm going to take out my bike and go to Whatipu, which is at the mouth of the Manukau Harbour, just about 40 to 50 minutes away. So going to go there, go tell you a little bit about the history and go do some exploring. Go to the caves and practice some saxophone. Right here is what I'm working on. Really interested in Arabic music right now, working on the maqam scales. So yeah, let's go to Whatipu and do some practice. Let's go. So let's talk briefly about the history of Whatipu. Before the Europeans, Whatipu and the surrounding rivers and valleys were used seasonally for fishing and gathering by the Māori. Then in 1854, the Gibbons family arrived to the Whatipu Caves and they purchased the land around Huia and Whatipu and they set up some timber mills in the area. So they purchased the land in the Whatipu Caves and then in 1867 they built up the timber mill in Whatipu. Workers came, they created a settlement for themselves and their families and they came to work. So they'd cut the kauri down, process it. Then they would ship it from Whatipu to Onehunga, which is further inwards. And by the mid-1870s, there were around 100 workers living in the area. And then in 1870, Nicholas Gibbons, the main man, constructed the Whatipu Lodge for his family, which is still here to this day. When the timber mill closed in the 1880s, the Gibbons added extra cottages, lodgings, and a dining hall for travellers at the Whatipu Lodge. They used the Whatipu Caves close by as a place for parties and big gatherings. From then on, up until the 1960s, Whatipu became a place of escape for Aucklanders. So now we're heading to the Whatipu Caves. Before the Europeans, Māori would fish and gather seasonally around this area. And Māori would seek refuge from storms and harsh weather in the caves. When Whatipu became a place for vacation, people would come to the lodge. They'd take a boat from Onehunga or they'd take the drive out here. And then they'd go to the caves to party all night and then they'd stay the night at the lodge and then go home the next day. And this was quite common in the 20th century. So the caves we are going to have a long history. So the caves went from being a place of refuge from harsh weather to a nicer place, a place of partying and drinking. So along this coastline, at a place called Destruction Gully, is where the HMS Orpheus sunk on the 7th of February 1863. The ship hit a submerged sandbar just by the coast and it spun around and then sunk. 189 out of the 259 people on board died, and this is very high and it's the biggest maritime disaster in New Zealand history to this day. Also, people say Whatipu is haunted because of this, so that's another fun fact for you. So yeah, let's go into a dark cave, play saxophone. But it's a big one, check this out. Yo. I'm pretty sure this is the one that people had parties in because it's enormous. I don't know how much you can see of it, but huge open space. And you can still see like signs of like smoke on the roof, eh? So I'm gonna set up here, just working on microtones, and yeah, let's see how that sounds. So just hear this. In here is insane. It's actually so cool. Got my microtone printout here. It sounds pretty cool in here, eh? I feel like you can play whatever, and it sounds pretty mean. Or you can do some like pretty intense stuff, eh? I feel like you can do like, maybe. As you can hear, I'm just really improvising and I can't seem to get anything happy. It just doesn't really match the vibe of the cave. So it's not really inspiring me to play that way. I'm hearing lots of intense, like, it really fits well with like the microtone stuff I'm working on actually, like the it's really fitting with the microtone stuff. It's like exploring those intense emotions brought out by subtle notes. I could play the same stuff all day because that's what it comes down to in the cave. We'll go for a little walk around. I'll show you how big it is. And then we'll go that way, have a look at the coast. The first time I came here, I met an old lady. She was the one that told me about all the parties that they used to have down here. As she put it, it's like a natural ballroom. It's huge. It's massive, and you can go down there. This bigger open space, eh? At the peak of its use, these caves could fit like hundreds of people. Like hundreds of people will come out to these gatherings, to these parties, do stuff. And this is the entrance of the cave. Again, it's huge. It's massive. Anyway, look where we've come to now. So you can see that is the west coast of New Zealand. And you go further up, you've got all the popular West Auckland beaches, Karekare, Piha, Muriwai, all of them. Tehinga, all of them. We'll do some exploring on that someday soon as well. You might be wondering why I want to practice outside, and I'll tell you why. Last year, for about 2 months, I was in Japan and I had nowhere to practice in my home because the walls are too thin. And every day I'd go out, it would be like 40 degrees. I'd go out, go to the riverside and practice. And that's where it really started for me. And I'll be practicing by the river, it would be cool and stuff, but in that moment I realized how much better we have it in New Zealand. Like, look at this nature. I want to practice outside in all these cool spots that I always took for granted, and I never actually like bothered to check out like as often as I try to now. And that's the whole reason for this series that I'm doing. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.